What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode with Empowerment Reckless Podcast. Today we are on episode 13, and we are bringing you a very hot episode tonight. The topic of tonight's episode is polygamy relationships. I'm sure you all know or have known someone that, have always wanted to be in a polygamy relationship. So, we're just going to talk about what it is, specific questions pertaining to it. Truth of the matter, polygamy is about 9 different types. So there's about 9 different types. So, I'll speak on a few of them. The ladies may also speak on a few as well. But, I'm going to just go ahead and get right into it. Thank you guys again for tuning in to us tonight. Thank you so much. What's up, ladies?
Hello.
What's going on?
Not much. How y'all feeling tonight?
Good.
Great.
Good. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get into these questions. So what is polygamy?
Me, you, and Toya.
What?
That's the way to sum it up.
Okay, you can use that, but what's a specific term for people that really don't know what it is? Toya?
It is basically, couples that are together that have another spouse, girlfriend, or whatever. There are so many different levels of polygamy. All of them are different. All of them, I guess have different rules, I guess, as you could say. But yeah, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I follow a polygamy group, so I was looking at something so we can discuss. So yeah, take it away. Yeah. So when I find what I'm looking for.
No, yeah, that's about right. That's why I feel like polygamy is more so, the agreement between it could be a wife or a husband, but now there are so many different types. It's not even a wife and husband anymore, it's for lesbians, different people. So ultimately, it just varies. Basically you're having someone at the same time.
Right.
Have you, so, jumping right into it, have you guys even ever had that experience or even that thought to want to have additional partners?
Have I been in one voluntarily? No, I've probably been in one involuntary. Don't even know, you know what I'm saying? That happens too. Yeah, it's come up in past relationships. I have always been down to try it. It has not been an issue for me. The only thing that was, I would say, my rule, I guess, is that every person involved had to be on the same page and one accord. That was just my thing. But now that I see that there's different types, I would just have to pick the one, if I was to do that, which one is best for me. So there's like one where.
So I was gonna say, what are the types? Can you?
I'm looking. You know what? I'm looking. But my sister told me there's one called a throuple, which is everybody is with everybody. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody has feelings for each other. And then there's another one where, you could be married to somebody, but like I'm married to somebody and I have another girlfriend. My wife may have another girlfriend, or it's just me and I have two girlfriends, but the two girlfriends don't interact with each other relationship wise.
So, oh, so when I was figuring out everything and basically discussing that throuple was a that was more so I thought was like intimacy, involved more on an intimacy. Everybody is sexual with everybody with the throuple, which is not a bad thing, but the other one that really got me was like the quad poly. I was like, what the hell is this? Yes.
What is that?
Quad poly is basically it's four of you guys involved in the relationship, and
They're like four
I
or
can mess
more.
with you, I can mess with Dime. We all can mess with each other. It's no boundaries. Like we all can mess with each other, but within the four of us.
Right, so wouldn't that just be like everybody on the same page?
I mean, essentially it is, but we all know that we live in a society that has labels on certain things. So, everybody classifies it differently,
Right.
because I think you mentioned earlier that one of them was what was it? Triad, was that the one? Where it's
Well,
three of you guys?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, essentially, I feel like it's everybody on the same page, but again, everybody has their view on the labels and things of that nature.
Mm.
What
True.
did you say, Diamond?
Oh no, nothing.
So,
Okay,
in
hold
these,
on. So
go ahead.
so here's something.
Question. I didn't answer the
Solo
question.
solo polyamorous person, not single versus what society. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, dang! I thought it was going to give the definition of what it
Yeah.
was.
So, but the solo one is basically I can date whoever I want to, but individually, I'm still by myself. If that makes sense, that's what solo is.
Right. So
So,
I'm by myself, but I'm dating multiple people.
multiple, right?
Wouldn't that just be called dating?
I mean,
All right.
I can't. I don't. I think you're going now. What did you say?
I said, wouldn't that just be called regular dating?
I mean, essentially, yes, but what? Say it again.
I didn't say anything. We're halfway kind of frozen.
I'm not frozen. I see you, but I can't hear you.
Oh, you're frozen on my
Yeah, we just
end.
can't hear you.
Yeah, I ain't frozen. Toya, can you hear?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So what did you say now?
I said, but wouldn't that just be like dating, regular dating?
I mean, you can't essentially you can look at it like that, but again, you have as per the comments, you have two different couples that's just all together. It's different. It's just still something different about it. I don't
Okay,
I don't feel like that's just dating.
this is what I was looking for. I found it. So polyamory is multiple loving relationships simultaneously with the consent of all involved,
Hmm.
not based on marriage, gender identity, nor sexual romantic orientation. Various dynamics and relationship structures represented. Polygamy, one person with multiple spouses. Marriage
Hmm.
based but not gender specific. Any gender or sexual romantic orientation can practice polygamy. This is often misrepresented for polygamy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Polygyny, excuse me if I'm saying this wrong. One man with multiple wives. Marriage based and specific to the man being the only one with multiple wives. The wives are not married to each other and
Hmm.
traditionally have no romantic relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, these are a lot. Polyandry. One woman with multiple husbands.
Hmm.
Just like the wives, the husbands are not married to each other.
Hmm.
and traditionally have no romantic relationship with each other. Polysexual, a person who is sexually attracted to multiple genders. This is not synonymous with pansexual or bisexual. Although sexually attracted to multiple genders, polysexual people are not necessarily attracted to all genders.
So
Um,
essentially, it feels like it really did all originate with a man and a woman. Essentially, like just having multiple. Originally, what they say is having multiple, wives or partners or however the case would be. Now everything has kind of branched off to like, solo. What's your title? We got the quad, the triad. You have I think the other one is called like hierarchical, where basically, you make somebody the priority, and then you have the other one is just like secondary. So they have
right,
just branched them off in several different things, but essentially it's really, I feel like it's all the same,
right.
but just with different titles and however you guys are going to classify your relationship, basically.
Definitely true
I didn't
because
mean to cut everyone off, but LaShawn Scott says hi.
who?
LaShawn Scott.
Oh, that's my sister. I can't see no comments.
Yeah,
He
you
said,
have to
"Hey
go to the
guys,
comment
hey."
section.
So just so you know, guys, I was gonna have my sister on here, but she's at a birthday party, and this was a great topic for her because she is actually in a poly relationship. Um, I see you guys watching, Sean. So um, type some of your comments or whatever about your experience with poly, and then can we show it on the screen, Ashley?
Yeah, we can show it on the screen. They
We can
just have to
show it
type
on the
it in the chat
screen,
box.
and then we can answer or or ask you questions as well.
Right. So another question. So when it like is there like any type of boundaries when it comes to a relationship?
Is there, say that again?
Is there any kind of boundaries that when it comes to these specific relationships?
Well, I didn't get to answer the first question, but let me answer and then answer that question.
Go ahead.
So the first question was, you said, do any one of us, do we agree with poly? Was that the first question, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to be clear. So my intake on that is that I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with it. However, I feel like, there should be boundaries. But again, I mean, I don't like to share. I just feel like if you just want to have a little fun, why not just do a threesome and then go by our way, do it like every other month or something. But I do definitely agree there should be boundaries if there's a person that's married, or if they're married, there should be boundaries. But if it's just solo or quad or whatever, and you're understanding, then that's
Hmm.
totally fine.
So what would be some of the boundaries of this kind of relationship, of any of those poly relationships?
You said what would be some of the
Yeah. So
boundaries?
what do you feel like some of the boundaries would be?
I feel like, okay, if we all are in a poly together, I feel like there shouldn't be any like sidebar conversations or anything. I feel like everybody should be on one accord. Like nobody's with one person. If we all gonna sleep together, we all gonna sleep together. But I mean, it's I don't know. It's a lot that comes with that because some people may not want to share and things like that. It could be difficult, I think.
Yeah, I think for me the boundaries would be like if we all three in this together, you can't sleep with nobody else outside of us. If we making this a situation where it's just us three, unless it's like agreed upon, that would be my biggest thing, like my boundary for me. Like I would be like, you can only sleep with us. If you feel like you do want to incorporate a third partner, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that should be an open discussion amongst us two, you know. That way we'll all be on the same
Mhm.
page, and that'll mitigate basically STDs and things like that, because we know who we are all sexual with and things of that nature. That would be definitely one of my
Right.
boundaries. That's actually the top tier one for me.
So LaShawn says there are always boundaries, and they are created by the first set of partners that are together. Boundaries can be anywhere from sex, time spent, and sleeping over.
So LaShawn, okay, so she said boundaries can be anywhere from sex times spent sleeping over. Every relationship has boundaries. Correct.
So probably
Agreed.
has to more say like the first couple, the married couple, live together, and their partner probably like lives somewhere else. So whoever's going over their house, I guess spending the night, or I guess you got days, or you
Mhm.
know, I just say for me, if it was to happen, um, I would want to feel comfortable with everybody, and if ours
Mhm.
is like where
Right.
everybody is with everybody, I need to have that person to where if I'm at work, I'm not wondering what you guys are doing at home, and if
Mhm.
you know I'm with one of them, I don't need you to be worrying about what we're doing. If we're out, if we're eating, and you're at work, like that.
Right. Right. But again, that's where I feel like everything comes at in the beginning. Like the boundaries are set basically about how you guys are going to do everything. Because
Right.
if we all are single and we are just like, oh, let's get into a polygamy relationship, and we don't set those boundaries, I don't feel like it can work, because you can't do anything without setting boundaries.
And
You have to,
structure.
yeah, right. You have to have everything structured and have boundaries. All right. So what do you guys feel like would be the great advantage of being in a polygamous relationship?
Um,
Oh.
I would say a
Having different personalities.
that's true. Different personalities, different way people do things, learning new things from each
Mm-hmm.
other. A
Yeah.
more a stable household. It can be a more financial stable household
Yeah.
as well. Everybody bringing something
Mm-hmm.
to the table. New business ideas.
Hmm.
It just
Great
new adventures.
Mm-hmm.
companionship. You
Yep.
know, yeah. Sex, great sex. Everybody comes different to the table. So you got different things of that nature too. Yeah.
That's true. But don't
What
you
are
think over time that people get jealous, or may
that's what I
not,
was gonna
or
say.
That's what I
may
was
just
gonna
want?
say.
The cons could be like jealousy. I just feel like if that happens, or if you feel like one person is getting more time than the other, then speak up. Just as you
Mhm.
would in a regular relationship. I would just say speak up. You guys have a house meeting or whatever, talk about, hey, I feel like this, or so and so's getting more time, or whatever the case may be. Don't keep it in. Just always, to me, voice your feelings on how you feel, and let see if it can be, worked out or fixed.
I agree, but then we go back to the conversation of boundaries. That's why you set those in the beginning. Or ultimately, if you feel like you are a type of person that just don't and can't share, then that's not for you. It's just
Mhm.
really not for you. I wouldn't even put myself in that position, knowing that I'm a jealous person. I want you for myself. I wouldn't even want to do it, because a lot of times people do get in these relationships, right? Polygamy relationships, and they honestly don't want to do it, but they do it to please the other spouse, which
Yeah.
is not a good thing to do, because ultimately you are subjecting yourself to something that you don't want to do.
And your
So
feelings
I
hurt the
wouldn't
whole
even,
time.
Mhm.
right, the whole time you miserable, you unhappy, but because you want to please your partner, you're like, oh yeah, we can, this will work, we can do it. But then you end up getting jealousy, you end up getting jealous, and you like, well damn, I did sign up for this, so now what do I do? You signed up for it.
I
That's
mean,
what
to me, you can always get out of something.
yeah, you can,
If
You can,
right,
right,
because that's what I want to say. Things
right.
change every day. Things change every day, so you can get out of it.
But how would you just get out of it? Would you just go to that partner, that
The
other's
same way you would break out of a
individual?
monogamous relationship.
bye,
Well,
That's
some
right.
people
I
I said,
can't
it's
do this
easy.
anymore,
Some
so
people
I'm
believe
out the
it's
door.
easy, though.
This not serving me no more. I got to go. Like I don't
Now
want
you,
to do
I know
this
you're
anymore.
gonna be hurt. Your
But
feelings are gonna be hurt because let's just say, you and your partner, not the person you
Mhm.
added, things have become different, or and you're not still feeling the same. It's probably gonna hurt because you have to leave the partner that you've been with, but
Mhm.
you still got to do what's best for you.
Right. Right. Yeah, you just gotta
yeah.
figure out, what's best for you. That's how I feel.
So is that where the term sister wives come from?
Probably so.
So how do you handle? Okay, so how do you handle like if you're in a poly with three individuals, and you have both of okay, let's just say we have a man and two women, but the man feeling, let's just say Sasha, and he may be feeling Tiffany, but he really likes Sasha more than Tiffany, but he likes Sasha's companionship, whatever. He wants to marry Tiffany, and Sasha gets upset because she wants to marry him too. How do you handle situations like that?
We can't even start. We ain't on the same page. Like, I don't. I mean, but the only reason I'm gonna chime in and kind of piggyback off of that is because people change every day and things can change within the relationship. You know what I mean? So if you get in a relationship and that
Mm-hmm.
does happen, you guys are going to have to come back to the table and basically re-alter terms on what you guys are looking for again, because things have now changed amongst the relationship, and which is people are entitled to change. So it's really nothing that you can do at that point besides to either change how that person, you can't change how a person thinks, but it's just really just to have that open dialogue, because it's
I
no
mean,
it's no it's no way that you can really do anything about that, because those things can happen. You can still set those boundaries, and things like this can come up where somebody is feeling this person more.
mm-hmm.
So I this is who I was looking for. I followed this guy on Instagram called Messiah Legend.
Hmm.
He has a poly relationship, and it is him with one, two, oh, with three women.
Hmm.
So one of them, I guess the first one he's been with her for like, I think it said 5+ years,
Hmm.
something like that. But I've been following. I just recently started following. I've been following their page, and they look like a um knit tight group. And they're
Hmm.
always discussing, their relationship, the
Hmm.
things you have to do, the communication that you guys have to have.
Right.
Um, they've been
I feel like
doing.
poly will work. I feel like, yeah, and I feel like poly relationships will work. I think it just involves, like Latoya said, is it comes down to the people that's involved. Different people have reasons. It could be something like they're traveling from work, they got a long distance marriage, and they're open to those things. It could be numerous of factors, but I just feel like it really just comes down to you as the people to see if it's gonna
Right.
work. You know what I mean? That's with anything. It's not really just on polygamous relationships or relationships. Just what works best for you and your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So my question is, when it comes to the polygamy relationships, you know, how do you know that you're just not dissatisfied? Like, if just say you say out of the blue, it's just you in a monogamy relationship. We all know that monogamy is totally different from polygamy, and you say, hey, I want to get in a polygamy relationship. Do you feel like that's something of a person being more like dissatisfied with their old relationship, or do you think that's something they really want to do?
I think a lot of people get like a lot of people, I guess, be like, oh, polygamy is because people want to cheat. or
Mhm.
whatever. If people want to cheat, they're going to cheat. So regardless,
Exactly.
but
Mhm.
I really can't answer because it's probably it depends on that person. Some might use it as an excuse to be like, oh,
Mhm.
okay,
I'm dissatisfied with my relationship.
yeah, instead of just breaking it off. Because let's just say
Mhm.
they may love that person or the relationship that they're in, um and they don't want to give them up because it's still something about them. They're doing something correct, or something they like,
Mhm.
but they they want something else that person is not giving them.
Right.
So I'm not going to let you go because I do like your qualities that you have, but you're
Mhm.
missing something. So I'm going to
Right.
try to find what you're missing in somebody else. So then let's
Yeah.
both get
Right.
over
That's what I
here.
was going to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people have that polygamy structure. Like, okay, this person has different traits within themselves, and then some people feel like, oh, I don't want to just be suffocated by just one person, so I want to bring in a third party, so that way I have different traits. This person does this, this person does that, because we all know that in any relationship, there's gonna be something lacking that a partner does not do, that you may have had your ex do better, or however the case may be. So, it really just all depends. And like I said, I don't know. It's
Yeah, but what if but seeking that third party and they don't have whatever you're looking for, then
Then
how
that's
do you
not the
move forward? Do
person
you
you're going to
just
that's
pick.
not
do you
it. You
just
you
keep
go
it?
back to the drawing board. You go back to the drawing board.
But I mean, nobody's perfect. I mean, everybody's not gonna have all qualities. I mean,
Right.
Right, but
That's why they have multiple. Like, let's just say Susie know how to get down in the kitchen. She's good with the kids.
mhm,
She's like a real homemaker person, know how to keep the house in order, like that. Let's just say Janet is 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 more of a business person. She knows how to execute things. She knows how to get the
mhm,
bills done. She knows how to do that stuff. And then let's just say Jane, she's more of the adventurous type, and
right,
what so and whatnot. So you have all these different qualities in these different women that make your household one.
yeah, yeah.
hmm.
That's true. That's very true. So you got just these different traits. I mean, like I said, it just depends. It just depends. So my question is it like for when it comes to like loyalty? Is the concept of loyalty applicable to polygamists?
Yeah.
What
I
kind of
feel like
elucidate
with
on that
the
for me?
I feel like with the main person that's been in the picture with you, yes. But if the second individual that comes into the picture, it could kind of be like 50-50 because there's a chance that they may not stick around, they may do stick around. So I feel like the
Mhm.
person that's been rocking with you is gonna always be loyal compared to the person that has just came in. But I mean that it could be, that's what I say, it could be a 50-50.
Mhm. I think for me, the loyalty concept will come in depending on the type of polygamy relationship. Because if you in a solo, it ain't no loyalty. You can do what you want to do. I'm to myself. I'm just choose to. But if you are in like a quad, a trio, a throuple, you gotta be loyal because you got other people that you guys have already agreed to be with each other. So I do feel like the loyalty portion is very heavy in that situation.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Hmm.
No, it was is loyalty applicable to a polygamous relationship? But
Um.
but and I'm just to piggyback off of that, like basically, we got the 9 different types of polygamy relationship. I said for
Right.
solo, no, just because you can do what you want to do, but if you're in like
Right.
a triad or a quad, and it's amongst y'all, then I feel like that loyalty should be there.
Yeah, definitely, because you guys have agreed to do this.
Hmm.
So anyone who steps outside of these boundaries, will be like basically cheating. So you got to go.
Exactly.
I
Right.
would say.
Yeah. But it's like, but it's crazy because polygamous is so on the rise. A lot of people are
Yeah.
now, it's popular. You know what I mean? And I
So that's
it's
another question is like, is it a, like we could say, like, why all of a sudden has it become more, popular?
mhm,
Is it just a fad now, or is it a popular thing now? Because
mhm.
it used to be so taboo, like
Yeah.
secret, like,
Mhm.
and now it's just everywhere. And
I
then
think it has a lot to do with what
people
we're
who had
involved in, trend
shows.
and social media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna
trend and
say.
social media. I'm not saying that the people that are involved in it is not, they're not
Real
in a
for
real
them.
relationship. Right. Everybody has their reasons why, but we all know that sometimes when a trend lets loose, that's it. Everybody follows that trend and keep on doing it. And that's why, the truth of the matter, a lot of those trends or people that get in polygamy relationship based on trend, they don't tend to excel because they did
Right.
it just based on not the moral values of really what's all involved in it. Oh, you know what? This looks fun. I'm just going to get in this relationship because it's another person and I want to have options. Okay,
Right.
great. But when it gets serious, then what? What happens now? You want to draw back. So, I just feel like it's a mixture of the whole thing with trending and some people that really, really, truly, love each other and want to do those things.
And I just feel like also, like the main, let's just say for me example, and I have two girlfriends or whatever, I got to be able to handle my household and take care of my people financially. That's
Mm.
another thing. If you can't take care of yourself or the one person that you have, there's no need for you to be trying to go add another person to y'all to what y'all got going on.
But remember, we just said that's not a problem. Higher income. Hey, if it
I
helps.
get, listen, I get that, but I feel like everybody should be coming in financially stable already, not I'm broke and let me add myself to this relationship so I can get, so I can, I don't know. It's just like come with something. Don't be dirt broke trying to get in here because we handle our stuff over here and then
Well,
expecting us to take care of you.
I agree to disagree.
Well, money isn't everything. I
That's
mean,
how I was about to go to that. I was like, yeah, I agree to disagree. I see where she's coming from, but on my portion, I don't. I'm not saying you have to have, $1 million. You don't have to come into the relationship. I just feel like, character and things of that nature goes a very long way with me. So, I can if we can build with each other in the situation, like I may really be attracted to you, right? But because you don't have any money, am I supposed to be like, oh no, I'm not gonna mess with you? No, I wouldn't do that. I'd just be like, you know what? Let's work on getting you together. Let me,
Okay.
I may not be able, you can't help everybody. We all know that. But if I'm really attracted to you in that manner, I'm gonna give you that chance. And then we have that third party that does have some of the more money. It just gotta we gonna give each other a chance. But I'm not necessarily gonna say you have to come into the relationship with something. Like, I mean, my thing is this,
But what
but
in
it could be
but
something
in a
else. Like,
regular relationship,
mentality over materialistic any day.
but
Mentality over
in a
materialistic any day.
regular relationship,
The same thing.
so you're okay with someone coming to the relationship with nothing?
Been there, done it. Like, did you hear what I said? Mentality versus materialistic. I
Not
don't
even
have all the
material.
money.
Not. I'm not talking about materialistic
You
necessarily.
you saying financial, right? What I'm saying is from the financial aspect. I said, okay, so if I'm talking to someone, if I'm falling for this person, I'm not falling in love with a person because of what they bring to the table. When I decided to fall in love with that person, I fell in love with them as human being. It wasn't about their finances or things like that. I didn't give a damn about it because, truth of the matter, I just fell in love with you because of you. I don't care about the money and I understand what you're saying. Like, okay, well, they don't have anything. Well, what can they bring to the table? They shouldn't be trying to do anything. I can't say that because I might really like this person. And if I really truly like this person, we can all work together. You know what I mean? What, like I said, this goes back to whatever works in
Right.
your relationship. I would
Yeah. So
never,
what
I
if?
would never say that though.
So
Right.
so
It could
what
be
if someone
something
is?
that,
Okay, man.
yeah, like I mean, let's just say you could be the one that's financially stable, but it could be something that the other person may have that you may not have the quality for, may not have the quality of, and y'all combine that together and that
Yeah.
can mesh together. So
You all work together. I just feel like everybody works together. I mean, I was gonna say, if I'm going to a deeper part of your mind right now, like, are you saying like, hey, if this person don't have their shit together, basically they shouldn't even be trying to even get in a relationship because they should be working on self.
Yes.
But even that, still people want companion. Like, I mean, it's, I don't
I
know.
get
like
people
people
want. Listen,
that doesn't mean that's not trying.
I honestly get people want companionship because I know people don't like to be alone. I don't negate that. But how can you be in a relationship with another person to me and not have your shit together? So another question would be, if someone is not pulling their weight in the household, or let's even just say, okay, you have, perfect example. Um, you have your main woman, and then you guys have the person that you brought in, but your main woman is not pulling their weight, doesn't help with, doesn't help with bills, doesn't help with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
don't know how, don't pay for nothing. But the one you brought in, she does that, helps with the kids, you guys go out, it's never an issue to where, oh, she can't pay, and things like that. So how would you guys handle that?
I mean, for me, I've been there, done that. True for the matter, ain't no sugarcoat. I've been there, done that. Having to take care of the responsibilities and having to do all that. And honestly, it's a very stressful situation, right? However, if you love somebody, you do stay in it for a long time and deal with it up until you like, okay, I don't see progression. That's how I feel. Like, if you're stagnant, that's then we have a serious problem. But if I get into it and this is what I have been doing, and you like, okay, I'm working on getting myself together, babe, and I'm gonna help you out. Yes, that's not a problem for me to be holding down the weight the entire time because I see you're prevailing to get you to the next level, doing whatever you have to do. Now, on the flip side of things, if that person isn't doing that, then guess what? Now we have a problem because at this point, I feel like you're using everything that you have to your advantage because you're not trying to see yourself ahead. You're not doing any of those things. Only thing that you're saying is, okay, I'm gonna keep on trying. I'm gonna keep on trying. But when I see that you're not trying, I do have to pull myself back because mentally, like I always say, that matters first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So that's my feedback when it comes to having to really be all in, making sure that you're like, oh well, I've been there, done it, so I completely understand. But if I had to go through that again, I honestly, mentally, I can't do that again. I won't do it again. I told myself I won't do it again. Like, you have to have your stuff together, and that's the problem that I want people to understand. Like, when you go through experiences, you expect better because you've been through it already. You know what I mean? So now that I expect better is because I have been through that experience. Like, but if I'm just somebody coming in, I don't really know anything about it, I feel like it'll work. It'll work. That's how I feel.
Okay, Dr. Phil.
Be quiet. So look, let me ask this question. So being that when you get in these polygamous relationships and you have kids involved, how are we handling that situation? Because truth of the matter is it the parents, the biological birth parents' responsibility to just take care of the kids, or is it the other party that's involved? They have to take care of the kids as well. How is that handled? Just, I mean, your thought process. How is that handled?
I would say, go, Bria.
I would say the biological parents' job. However, if the other individuals want to step in and be some assistance, I feel like that's totally fine. That's totally fine. However, I feel like there could be some ground rules of what you will allow and won't allow in the situation.
Yeah, the same thing, but or I feel depending on the type that it is, everybody should have a I think I think everybody should, because you know one of the parents, not the biological parent, could be there with the kid and might have to discipline or something, but just you guys.
So what if so what if okay, so basically what she's saying is when it comes to the poly relationships and kids are involved, she's saying that she feel like both parties should be involved. And I do agree, like if the birth parents are, they're involved and then they get the third party to come in, I feel like everybody should be involved because at this point, you now have basically a third mom or a third father or however you want to classify it. So things like that has to be presented to the kids. Of course, like we always said, you can't just present this to the kids and expect the kids to understand. You have
Right.
to sit them down, talk to them, and let them know, like, hey, this is what's going to go on in this relationship. Because a lot of kids can be rebellious to the non-birth parent and like, no, you're not my mother, you're not my father, so I don't have to listen to anything that you say or do. So I feel like it's a level of conversation that has
Yeah,
to be presented before any of that even would transpire, because the kids matter as well too. Getting their feedback and
because
making sure
they'll
they're
be
being
confused.
like that. Yeah, because they'll be
You
confused.
know,
Like, wait, this is my mom. This is my who is this? Like, so it could be a lot of confusion. So I feel like there should be like a sit down talk. But I do feel like every parent should be involved because if the birth parents decide they want to leave or go out, then that other parent may be there to watch the kids. So you can't be disrespectful to that
right,
parent, even
right.
though they're not biologically,
Yeah.
your kids, but this is what y'all have signed up for.
Exactly.
So you're saying that, so I agree that all parents should be involved. However, you're saying that far as like discipline, the other parent can discipline the child. So there shouldn't be any boundaries as far as how the other parent discipline a child.
That automatically should be that no boundaries that's set across, that should be discussed in the beginning, because everybody, like I said, everybody parent
Parents
different.
different.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
all I was
So
like. It could be.
yeah, say it again.
I was saying, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like, yeah, both all parents should be involved. However, as far as like the discipline, it should be boundaries set with that on
Yeah,
that end.
I agree. It just really depends on what you guys come up with. Like this person is gonna, beat your kids, but I mean, truth of the matter, like, you're not really gonna beat my child. Like, we gonna have a conversation. Like, unless that child is like bad as shit, like we're not beating no,
No.
stitching cords, some switches and paddles and all that type of stuff. No, we're not doing all that. Like, no, we're gonna have a adult conversation, and if you can't handle that kid while the biological parent is not there, then that parent is gonna have to come home and do something to handle the situation.
Well, they don't need to be the person you need to be with, because if they can't handle the house gone, then what are they there for?
But I mean, I'm saying we can't say that either, because we know how kids get. Kids get out of line and out of character because they know that your parent is not there. The biological parent is not there. So they be disrespectful to the parent. You know what I
True,
mean,
because a
mean?
lot
yeah,
of
that's
kids try to get away with a lot of stuff when it's not their parent.
Exactly. Exactly. So being that you guys know that it's about 9 polygamous relationships, so you guys wouldn't get in one? Even if
I said, yeah,
one of
the
those
one
ones work for you.
the one I would say work I would work with me is the one where everybody is together and everybody's on the same page and one
So what's the
accord.
name of that?
I don't know, the triage or something.
Triad?
Yeah, or the polygamy one because it was like Polyamory and all that other stuff.
Diamond? She like, nah. Her face tell it all. Like, I ain't fucking with that.
Um, I mean, I could do the solo one, and I mean, I can't knock nothing until I try it. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we all on one page, then I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be difficult. But if we ain't on one page, then no, because my mind automatically go to the red because I'm thinking like, people, people get crazy and they want to have people to themselves, and me, I don't like to share either because I like my quality time too. So it
Right.
would just, I don't know, but I can't because I don't know, I couldn't say unless I like really tried it. And then people personalities, people may switch up and act different towards the other person. It just, I don't know, it just get complicated, I think.
So if you guys had a spouse that you're really in love with, would you compromise with being in a relationship like this? If you had a spouse that you love, it could be you've been with that spouse for 5+ years and you like I said, you just like, man, look, that partner like, hey, I want to be with, I want to bring a third party in, but I do love you, so I wanted to get your input on it. What would be your thoughts on that? Would you do it?
I would say okay, but we have to pick the person together. It's not no one-way street. Like, we sit down, we find the person together.
Yeah, exactly. To me, it wouldn't be. To me,
Not
I
no,
wouldn't
oh,
say.
I found Tina over here and this who our new bae is. Like, what? Hell
Like, to me, it
no.
wouldn't be compromising if I feel the same way. Now, if I was a little reserved and I didn't feel that way, then I would kind of say, then yeah, it would be compromising. But if I feel like, okay, this is something that I want to do too, or this is the person, then I wouldn't feel like I have to compromise anything.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, I'm just.
I mean, you got some philanderers out here that like that type of stuff. So I mean,
I mean, you sure do got philanderists. I mean, shoot, I used to be a philanderist too, but I
Sure
don't do
did.
I don't do that stuff no more. I don't do that stuff no more. And I'm damn sure not compromising what the hell I got going on.
No
Like,
way.
do it, I don't want to do it. Like, no, it's a headache. Like, seriously, you got to sit here and divide time. I think, you know what? I think it's a headache because you're not trustworthy with those people. So that's why mine was a headache because I wasn't trustworthy.
To me, it's a headache if one. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing because I can't give too much information. But it's only a headache when one person is being annoying, and that one
it's
person
lying
is
to the other person.
that one person
Right.
is usually the main woman. So if I've seen something, I read something, I seen this lady, she was like, it's stupid now, but she was like side chicks or I forgot what she was talking about, but it's like side chicks and main women. And it was like they always have to lie to their main woman, but they tell the side chicks the truth. And I was like,
But that's the
that is
truth,
kind of
though.
true.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That is true because I'm comfortable telling my side chick everything because ultimately, hell, we already a mystery. So why the hell would I hide something from you?
Right.
We already a mystery.
But I
So
feel
why would I lie to you for?
But I felt like, okay, that could be a disadvantage too, because if you and the side chick have an agreement or something and you may want to cut the situation, I don't know how crazy that woman can get and may just put everything out there, and then that's gonna be hell on your hands.
Been there, done that. Yes, true.
That's usually what happens.
So I mean, I feel like there
Exactly.
should be like limitations on what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a very valid point because that's a very valid point because I mean, it just depends on the person who you dealing with, because you got some people that may not say nothing. They be like, you know what, I'm gonna just let it be. Then you got some people that just like, no, I'm a turn up. Like, I'm about to say tell everything. Since y'all act like y'all living this happy life, I'm about to tear up everything. I mean, so that's really how it works, because people can't control their emotions and they just like, all right, I'm gonna do this. But speaking of that, so hypothetically speaking, you get into this relationship and someone brings a STD. How are we handling that?
Cutting everybody off.
We all getting tested.
Wait, how you gonna cut everybody off? Because you can't.
We all
first,
getting
how you gonna
tested.
cut everybody off when you don't even know who was the person that went out and cheated? You don't know.
My health.
Yeah,
Somebody gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't do it." The other person gonna be like, "I didn't do it." I ain't got time to play Inspector Gadget detective. Anybody brings something back to me, and I know I haven't been sleeping around. Everybody gets cut off.
Okay, but now that could be true. But now your health is compromised. At this point, you already got whatever you contracted. So now your health is still compromised at this point. So now that you're like, you're gonna cut everybody off, I will get to the bottom of it and figure it out. I don't care if it's a lie detector test. I'm gonna do whatever I need to take to figure out who it is, because it could be somebody that it could be the person that you fell in love with first, and then the other person got added on to. You never know.
But what if you didn't sleep with one of the persons and the person is okay? Let's just say, for instance, Tim, Tom, and Jerry. I don't know. Tom and Jerry slept together, but Dan wasn't there. So, but them two got it, and the other person didn't get it. So Dan points the finger at everybody's like, "Oh, y'all gave me something." I mean, that could be, a way to detect who gave what to who.
I mean, that is very true. But this goes to just say in what magnitude of the polygamous relationship that you're in. If you are all throuple, which is intimacy involved with all three of you guys, then guess what? How am I gonna? I can't say that. Now, if it's on some type of quad, like we're all dealing with all four, I don't know, like all four of each other, then that can become a headache too. It's just, I honestly wouldn't even know how to handle it, because I'll just be looking like, okay, I am sleeping with Tina, I am sleeping with Tasha, I am sleeping with this person.
That just means if it's 3 or 4 y'all and y'all are supposed to be connected with each other and it's just y'all, that means and you didn't sleep with nobody, that means somebody else stepped out.
Yeah, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I agree.
I feel like a person, if they stepped out, I feel like I wouldn't be coming back home to sleep with none of y'all. Like, I would be going to get tested, because you're not finna sit here with no STD or whatever you got and just be sitting there lingering and let the stuff get worse, and then you want to give that to somebody else. Like, no. And then your partner's gonna think something different anyway, because when they want to get intimate and you don't want to have intercourse or whatever, they're gonna automatically suspect something anyway.
So yeah, that's true. I agree. So what if you completely lose interest sexually, emotionally with one person? What would you do? Because you can't outgrow people. So what would you do?
That's a good, and you still have like feelings for the other person.
Like you said.
What?
Have a group meeting, like y'all said, sit down and have a group meeting and communicate and say, why you may be feeling that way.
But I'm still sexually attracted to the other person? Like, that's deep. Like, I'm cutting off. I'm saying I'm not attracted to this person, but then I'm still having sex with the other person. So what happened? What went wrong?
Right. And if y'all live together?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's where it's tricky.
Are we talking
if
about
live with us?
Yeah.
That's different. But if we live together.
But I'm saying if we are in a throuple, we're gonna use throuple because that's involved intimacy sexual. So let's focus on throuple polygamy. Throuple means that we're involved sexually. So if all three of us have been in a relationship, sexual relationship, and I'm not attracted to the other person no more, what do you do? Like how do you, like, what do you do?
I guess we all could be intimate, but the person that you still all could probably be intimate, but you just wouldn't be on that. Just wouldn't be intimate with that person.
No, it's hard. It would be for real. That's the honest. It would be too hard because we came we we came into a situation this way. Now we ending differently. And let's just be frank, everything could be on a physicality. The person could get corpulent or may not be attractive anymore, even though you shouldn't.
Right. So I would, if it was me, I would let the person know, okay, this is how I'm feeling. I don't feel like I'm attracted to you.
Yeah, like why are we playing games?
And if
Like,
and if it was me, I would ask, why, and is there a way that it could be fixed? If not, that's just a hard pill to swallow. And
Yeah, so then that means you still be sleeping with the other person. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, that you are given the opportunity for the other person to exit, or they can still stay, and then they make it be boundaries where they
what? I'm coming in the house. I'm hearing y'all having sex, and I gotta walk past, and I can't join. You mean to tell me that I'm about to?
But they still may be smashing the other person. But they still may be smashing the other person. They're just not smashing you.
Right.
That's the issue. We signed up
to
be in a
okay. So look, this is so it's me, Tiffany. It's me, Tiffany, and Andrea. So I'm not sexually attracted to Andrea anymore, but Tiffany is still sexually attracted to Andrea. So me and Tiffany will just be having sex, and Tiffany and Andrea will just be having sex, and I'm not having sex with Andrea because I'm not attracted to her no more sexually.
Yeah,
but Tiffany still will be having sex with you, so Tiffany still will be sharing everybody. It's just that it would just be one off.
So really. Tiffany's having sex with everybody. I'm just not having sex with Andrea because I'm not sexually attracted to her anymore. But Andrea and Tiffany is still having sex.
So now that person basically have to hold their head down and say, "Oh my gosh!" Like I don't understand.
Why do you have to hold your head down? Okay, you're not sexually attracted to me anymore, but I'm still banging Tiffany. So let's go.
Exactly. Right.
Y'all are some reckless mother suckers.
I'm trying to get your but who's walking around in shame though? Okay, you're not sexually attracted to me, but me and Tiffany still smashing. So
I mean, you know what? Something like that.
You want to come in and watch.
I mean, something like that wouldn't bother me, but if it's something, it wouldn't bother me. But what I'm saying is, some people, they have, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. They have issues, insecurity issues. So that may bother them because, like, damn, they had insecurities before. Then y'all all got together. Now y'all all together working it out. Now they go back to one. That could play a major role on their mind, like insecurity and all those types of things.
That's why that person.
Well, what is that to be insecure about? Because it, like you said, in that type of situation, you got to come in strong-minded anyway. So
anyway,
I mean, yeah, I'm saying you do. I'm saying you do, but I mean that would be a boundary that probably would have to be set. Like if we ever would get in a situation,
that's what I'm saying. You have to say that in the beginning, like, well, what would happen if eventually later on down the line, something transpire and I don't get sexual? How would you deal with it? You may have to ask that. I mean, I don't know.
So what would actually, if you started off with this way, I just want to know these answers. What would make you unattracted to that person? If nothing has really changed.
Somebody could have gained weight. Somebody, just the way they start moving, they could be doing things differently around the house. There's a lot of things that make people, unattractive. They started to get a nasty attitude, or, it could be numerous things.
If a person gain weight, you can't deal with them.
I didn't say that, but there are people.
I feel like that's one of the main issues. I feel like they can drop that
because they gained weight. So I feel like that's fixable. I've never been with a person who has really gained like a sufficient amount of weight. And I don't think I would just be like, oh, okay, I'm done with you, because in my relationships, I done gained weight. I done lost weight.
Mm,
I done gained weight now, and for me having this baby, but my people still fucks with me, so I can't
right,
be, so I don't know.
right.
I would say things would be like, if not communicating effectively, or having an argument and not coming to talk, or ignoring each other, or not want to put in the time with each other or something like that. But I felt like little things like weight gain would, not be. I feel like that could be fixable.
Yeah,
Mm,
I feel like, being nasty, not cleaning up, or
right,
hygiene wise and things like that,
right.
that could be like
right.
something that makes you unattractive.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
So what if what if it's like, one person sex get bad? Like, what do? Do you say, hey, I need to teach you these things? Um, your sex is not up to par. Let me teach you. Like, how would you guys handle that?
Listen, we are gonna have to watch some episodes. We are gonna have to watch some episodes of something because at the end of the day, you got different like you got people that are nymphos out here, and people really have to have that great intimacy with that person.
Right.
So I would definitely say that's something that would have to be really worked on. Like it's no gray areas because I don't know if you guys know a nympho is someone that has to consistently have sex on a really daily basis sometimes. So
Oh
you
yeah.
just got to make sure you up to speed. And honestly, I feel like if a person is a nympho, they should probably be in a polygamous relationship because that way they got the options to be able to kind of, you know, intertwine with both parties when they need to. Because that other person may be gone and not able to, handle the situation. So I just feel like ultimately
Well,
that's
that's
a
what they have toys for.
complicated.
That's what they have toys for.
What happened?
I mean, they have toys for that type of stuff too,
Listen. Okay. Yeah, I understand. It's not the same. It's not the same.
So I got a question before we wrap up. So let's just say in a polygamous or a quad or whatever. I know this may be a little explicit, but what would be your fantasy? What would be your fantasy in one of those situations in the bedroom?
I don't even know. I mean, the more the merrier. I would say. I mean, why just add two? Just add three more, four more. I mean, that's how I feel.
Okay, orgy.
The more the merrier, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
I would say, I think I would want like a type of like bondage type of situation,
Oh my gosh, I don't know why the hell
dominatrix
you asked her that.
situation.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah, you talking about oh no. I mean, listen, everybody, I don't care. Everybody has their personal fantasies that they want to do. Like I said, ultimately, when it comes to this whole polygamous relationship, it all boils down to who's involved and how what you guys are gonna do. I mean, that's it. Polygamous can work for people that are ideal and want to do those things. It works. If you don't want to do those things, you don't have to do it.
Don't do it.
And my advice to you is don't compromise yourself to try to be in a situation that just not work for you. If someone does ask you that partner, marriage, however, and you don't want to do those things, don't compromise to do those things because we all know that no marriage or not, you are not entitled to have to be in a relationship with that because we all know um Monogamous. Matter of fact, that's a great question. What is the difference between polygamous and monogamous?
Monogamous is a person that just wants one person to themselves.
So that's more so. So we can. It's safe to say that monogamy is more so a romantic, and polygamy is more sexual, consensual sex, basically.
No,
No,
because I felt like no, because like Jada Willow said, she doesn't mind being with
right,
more than one person. However, it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be more, like you said,
right.
safety or sexual.
A consensual relationship between individuals, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, back to what I on my rant, ladies and gentlemen. Like I was saying, it don't compromise yourself if that's something that you do want to do and find yourself open to it. Have an open discussion, set boundaries, and let people know what it is. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take it out and go ahead and wrap it up. So I definitely want to leave you guys with a quote tonight. Just be happy. It makes people upset, and I say all that is again back to this polygamous. Do whatever makes you happy. People are going to talk about you whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad. So it does not matter the circumstances. If
mm-hmm.
you say you was going to be single, they was going to say, "Oh, great." You say you was going to be in a marriage. Oh, well, I don't. You shouldn't get married. Everybody's going to always have their 2 cents to say. What only matters is your happiness. And that's my
Exactly.
quote for the night. Toya, take us out.
Thank you guys for joining in on episode 13.
Yep.
13. You guys go to the YouTube Empowerment Reckless, hit subscribe. That way you can watch us live. Hit us on IG Empowerment_Reckless. Also on Twitter. I mean not Twitter. TikTok is also Empowerment_Reckless. So we'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, we'll be back tomorrow. And just to give you guys a heads up, the people that picked Poly, we had about 6 people that picked Poly, but tomorrow we will discuss gender identity. So that's going to be a hot topic tomorrow. So
just know this is going to be spicy because I have
yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. And
So
I just want to say, for
gonna
anybody who is watching tomorrow's topic, please don't feel like offended or whatnot because people have certain things or don't agree with certain things. Because this cancel culture, you say you don't like trans people, and all of a sudden you transphobic, or if you don't want them going to the bath, crazy. But
so she just gave you guys a little snippet what's gonna be up there tomorrow. So we do thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next episode, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going live at 8:30 p.m. 5:30 Central, Pacific, and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But you guys, you have a great night, and we thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye. Good night.